Vinayagar, how are you all doing? Thanks for tuning in to Cyber Video once again. How do you like my curly hair? After so long cutting my hair, being in India, getting back into my curly hair is so exciting. Just looks like me, the messy princess. So how are you guys doing? How is your life? I hope all of you doing really good. I'm doing really good. I am so excited for some reason. I just don't know why. Jumping is a bad idea before you're doing some video. Okay. Okay, in our previous video, this video is going... What am I saying? Hi! So in this video, we are still in the series of the manifestation of Supreme Being into different forms. So let's do some small recap. In the last video, we learned that Supreme Being with a lot of love takes a different forms to showcase its love and different qualities to the soul. So souls have this, they have a lot of questions, like we have a lot of questions. Why are we in this world? There's a lot of living organisms in this world. What are the functions? Why are they here? And all sort of questions. What is the purpose of our life in this cosmos? So for that, to understand that, God manifested into his first form, Lord Ganesha or Vinayagar, or simply the God who has this elephant head. So what about him? Scientism is one great universal thought. I don't even want to say it as a religion. And what it preaches is multimedia. You know, now the science world has accepted that multimedia is one of the best way to make people remember something rather than scriptures, and it's better on understanding. The same way, the multimedia forms, the God who is formless, takes forms to make us understand and expose to us, to remind us of few qualities. When it comes to Lord Ganesha, Lord Vinayagar, what happens is he is trying to remind us that we are into this world to gain experience. Why experience? Before that, why Vinayagar? What is Vinayagar? V means Ulagam, which is world, and Nayagan means Talivar, which is the ruler. So Vinayagar simply means he is the leader, the ruler, the king of the cosmos. This typically means the same thing, right? Supreme Being is the king of the cosmos. That already proves that Lord Vinayagar is no more the son or the elder son of Lord Shiva. It is the Supreme Being's different manifestation to make us understand we are into this world to gain experience. So how do we gain experience, or why do we gain experience? As we can see in our life, when we were babies, you know, we started crawl, we started falling down. That experience resulted us with this knowledge to walk. We started walking. This experience, you can get literate by reading theories, going to school and everything like that. That's a different type of learning as well as, but if you look at life itself, every single action that you do or the reaction that you do gives you some sort of experience. So that's basically about Lord Vinayagar. Little bit extra to it, Lord Vinayagar is said as the Lord of Sound. Basically the Supreme Being, the formless Supreme Being, when he manifested into a semi-figure, which is sound. Also, Vinayagar also symbolizes the Om. There is some very funny stories which I will tell you in the end of the video if you are interested on listening to how funny our Saivism or the Hinduism can get. The stories are there, but simply to understand is Lord Ganesha is we call it Vari Vadivam. Vari Vadivam is a scripture form, which is the Om. I'll put a picture here. I bet you can see here. So the Om is a symbol form, and when it comes to Uruva Vadivam, that's where, like, you know, the Om starting from the curve, all this curve is portraying elephant head. That's how Lord Ganesha gets the elephant head. So that's a little bit extra to it, but basically then before I forget, we have two brides or two wives for Lord Ganesha. A lot of people are really upset that all Saivism gods, like Lord Shiva has two wives, Lord Murugan has two wives, now Lord Vinayagar has two wives. Did I show three? Two wives. That's upsetting some people, but actually these people are not real wives. They are also symbols of something. What do they symbolize is, okay, he has two wives according to people, which are they named as Siddhi and Buddhi. So Lord Ganesha or Lord Vinayagar is experience, and Siddhi means victory and Buddhi means knowledge. What this resembles is basically in order for you to get experience, or through experience what you will achieve is a victory. You do an action, definitely the fulfillment or the completion of that action will basically set as victory. The victory could be subjective. Sometimes we do some action and we fail. The completion is, even you fail, you get a lot of knowledge through the experience, right? So thus when you win something, you still get a lot of knowledge and experience. So the victory here means the closure or the completion of an action. That is victory. And the Buddhi means knowledge, simply knowledge. So this package of Vinayagar, Siddhi and Buddhi all together means all souls, each and every souls into this world were born to gain experience, to get rid of our ignorance. Definitely philosophical theories from Siddhanta Saivam elaborates more, like what are the characteristics of God, what are the characteristics of souls, and where this ignorance comes from, what are these ignorant and everything like that. For simple understanding, basically we have a lot of ego. For us to get rid of it, we are put into different experiences in life, and these experiences give two things, that's victory and knowledge. I'm not going to repeat it again. So that's about Vinayagar. Isn't that interesting? Now part 2. You can skip this if you don't want to hear to all these myth stories of Vinayagar. Vinayagar is one lovely god that I like the most because he can get crazily creative and innovative. Any artist would want to touch a god's form, they pretty much would pick up Lord Ganesha to change his forms. He will be riding horse, probably he will be sleeping on a pillow, he has a mouse and he will be like playing with a laptop, and he can get into so many things. But I want to put this fact out there, that is so wrong. If you're an artist, be moderate. Nobody actually in different religions try to make fun of their own. I think God should be just left alone. Being innovative is okay, to being illustration of God, being abstract is okay, but making him into a funny character, it's totally not okay. That's about how Ganesha is getting innovative. Let's come to the Puranas. Purana has, unfortunately, when you call yourself Hindus, you have to be, like, you will get exposed to these stories, but they are not rational. Ascetism is not explaining this to the people through Lord Ganesha's, symbol, alright? So what the story goes like this. There's two versions of stories. If you have watched Bala Ganesha cartoon, you perfectly understand the story. If no, I'm just gonna run it really quick. Story number 1 goes like this. So there was a very fine day. Umayal was sitting by the riverbank and she started scrubbing herself and cleaning. Maybe after some ages, I believe, she scrubbed out some dirt, like this much of dirt, and she was making into form, and suddenly it looked like an elephant, and that's how Lord Ganesha appeared. Excuse me? Are you serious with this story? Who tells a religious story like this? Come on. So Umayya does not even take shower. How could she be supreme being? I'm so pissed. I don't want that story. That's story number 1. Story number 2 is there was one day Lord Umayya was showering. All problems comes when she showers, okay? So she was showering and then she wanted someone to guard her privacy. So she just created a boy and said you know what? You're just gonna guard my place. And he was at the entrance waiting, guarding, and then suddenly casually Lord Shiva came, the handsome guy. He comes and he says he wanted to go in, and this boy is saying, no mister, you can't go in because my mom is taking shower. And Lord Shiva gets really pissed. He's like, dude, who are you? She's my wife and I want to go in, right? And then the boy still doesn't let Lord Shiva to go in. Then Shiva gets really angry and he just chops off the boy's head. Pause the story. Do you think God is love? Then why would you say Lord Shiva is love? He doesn't even have mercy upon a small kid to just see Umayal. So that doesn't make sense to me at all. And then the story continues. The boy screams when he got chopped, and then Umayya runs and she's like, oh no, and she's like, this is our son, how could you chop our own son? And Lord Shiva gets confused and he's like, excuse me, you have a son without me knowing? Doesn't that sound so dirty? But anyway, and then they compromised, and he wanted to just put back the head together. But then Umayal says like he can't do so. He has to find the elephant, which is a very innocent elephant, by the way, and it's facing to some certain direction, and you're supposed to chop the elephant's head and just attach it with this boy's head. And Lord Shiva did it so, and that's how Lord Ganesha was formed. Okay, now tell me, how do you find this story rational? What kind of people have some family problem and they literally try to kill two living organisms? That's like, one is a boy, another one is an innocent elephant. Two innocent people got in trouble because of these two people. And you call them God is love. You know what I'm saying? Crazy stories. I don't think our crazy, that's why Saivism is called as universal thought. This universal thought has no way this universal thought is actually saying this kind of stories. Maybe what I said makes more sense compared to what these people are saying. All those facts I'm saying, I have proofs for it. If you like, comment below. Definitely I would want to tell it. When I tell all the evidence for this, it's going to be really long video. I don't want to do it. That's why it is such. And the last thing I want to tell in this video is there's a lot of people saying, sorry, my nose gets itchy sometimes, rubbing my nose, I'm sorry. So the last thing that I want to say is, a lot of people now currently, very lately, they are debating on Lord Ganesha, who is more supreme. Is it Lord Ganesha, Lord Vinayagar, or Lord Umayal, or Lord Shiva, or Murugan, or who is the biggest god? Again, I would want to remind you that God is being said with 8 characteristics in Gunagal. All of this God, all of this manifestation, they are not even God. All of this manifestation is one. And Saivism have accepted 4. And as long as you are in there and you understand the symbols of, and what does the symbols depict, you are good to go. You don't need to really fight on who is supreme. The supreme has no form. Remember that. With that, I'm going to say, Ciao! Like my videos and subscribe.